Oh, they can't hear anything.
There
They
is
might have
no
to.
sound. So basically, this is Switch pitch number two. We basically have some breaking news for you guys. New Nintendo 2DS XL. As you can see here, it has a sleek design, thinner. It looks just like the 3DS XL. The price of it is $149.99. As you can see here, it is available July 28th. So one of the things that they said that it's going to come out with Hey Pikmin and Metopia. That is the two games that are going to be announced with the system, or coming out with the system per se. I believe it has a faster processor in it. Did you hear anything else, Carlos?
From what I'm seeing, compared to the 2DS that's already out there on the market, it's got that hinge, which is great because the previous one looked like a cheese wedge, and this looks like a nice, sleek 3DS, but with the 2D with larger screens. So I mean, it looks fantastic. The price point is right there, 149. I know a lot of people were nervous about the Switch coming out, saying that it's going to replace the 3DS. What's going to happen to my handheld? Well, here's your answer: Nintendo back again with yet another console, and this time it's another handheld that fits right between those two models, the 3DS XL and the normal 3DS, I believe, right?
Yeah, correct. Nintendo is very notorious on doing this. I mean, I know a lot of people are kind of shaking their fists at the screen right now, but it looks real nice. If people just didn't have a 3DS, or maybe they had the original 3DS, and they didn't want to like upgrade to the 3DS XL, the new Nintendo 3DS. There's so many freaking like 3DS systems out there.
Yeah,
But
collectors beware. There's so many different Game Boys, Game Boy Advances, Game Boy Colors, Game Boy Micros. We're all the way up 20 years later to 3DS, 2DS, 2DS XL, 3DS XL, different colors, Galaxy. I mean, there's so many. So here you are, collectors. Here's another one, but this one looks really nice, really updated. It's weird because if you turn your head sideways, it kind of looks like the original iPhone, don't you think?
it does. It has like that like circular design. I kind of like it a little bit.
So hopefully I don't get too much hate in the comments about saying that. But if I can't unsee it.
Yeah, correct. So I don't know about you guys, but are you guys gonna
Shoot
pick this
your
up?
thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, are you guys gonna pick this up? I see people out
Cameron,
there.
yeah, I was going to say, Cameron's saying a lot of people don't even use the 3D. I did hear that you can't use it for extended period of time. It gives you kind of a headache. Some people with some, um, what's that thing in your inner ear where you lose your kind of balance?
I'm
I
not too
don't even
sure,
know.
but I was gonna say like since doesn't have a 3DS in it, I believe the battery life should be improved, right? I mean, he doesn't have the 3D in there anymore, bigger screen. Maybe they've lowered the resolution. I'm not sure, but battery life should be better in this device. I'm sure.
Well, basically, we're looking at a new console. We don't have any information, and Nintendo's not going to either confirm or deny any news that we put out there anyway. So, speculators, do your job. Give us some things to think about. Comment, drop some information in the group as it comes up. We'll be sure to update you guys all the way up to the launch date, which was, what was that again?
It is July 28th.
There you go. So we've got a lot of time ahead of us. We've got E3, which is going to tell us a lot about what's going to happen with this console and all the games.
Here's some more pictures actually. I believe it just has a blue. I didn't see any colors, just a blue device.
Well, if it's anything like the Switch with the accessories galore, I imagine that those top covers are going to be interchangeable. Maybe some accessories for it. You see a spot for a stylus?
I do not. I see up on top here. I see the triggers on top. It has a clamshell device. I don't see a place where you can remove anything. At least on this screen, I see just a Nintendo logo. It has this nice grip to it, which is nice because you have kids and you don't want it to slide off the table or anything like that.
Yeah, it does look pretty durable. And I know a lot of people say that the plastic screens are much better for drops and accidental dumps on the ground. But if anything, this is probably going to be another sell like hotcakes. So get it while it lasts and uh, pre-order it if you can. So we'll throw that link up if it's available. Believe us, we do what we can to help you guys. So keep staying tuned, and we'll toss that information out as it develops. So
So
what
the
do you
next,
think?
So the next topic we have here is Rainway. So Rainway is a streaming service. So take everything we have with a grain of salt. Nothing here is going to be confirmed. This is something that came up during the week. It was basically announced earlier in the week. It's supposed to be a streaming service application for the Nintendo Switch. Supposedly, you're supposed to play PC games from there into the Switch. What do you think about this, Carlos?
I first saw this and I didn't know if I should be excited or scared because the console is so new, and the first thing that people are talking about is streaming directly from their PC to their Switch. I mean, we've already got from almost no games to now we've got a ton of games to play, and now they're throwing out the idea of an app that you can play PC games. I don't know if we're going to see that anytime soon. Of course, Nintendo's not going to comment on it. Rainway, their official notice was it's going to be available on most platforms. But as of right now, I think people took that as the Switch was going to be a contender as well. So, as you said, take it with a grain of salt. We're probably not going to see that anytime soon.
It would be really cool if they did something like this. I mean, I know that the NVIDIA Shield, you can play your PC games into the NVIDIA Shield. And since this runs a NVIDIA processor, I mean, why not, right? I mean, if it had the capabilities on that device, why couldn't the Switch do it, you know? The problem is copywriting. If you're playing some game from Steam or whatever into your Switch, I don't know how well Nintendo is gonna like that. You know, they want to be able to get the money for releasing the game, you know, physically or on their eShop. So I'm not too sure about this.
So we'll keep an eye on that as well. And if you guys have any information, make sure you're sharing it in the group. We'll be sure to add it to our list of things to talk about on our next show.
So the next topic is a little bit weird. It has some controversy, and that is with an indie game called Axiom. I believe it's
Axiom Verge.
Axiom Verge. So this game originally in the PC and came out, I don't know, maybe a few years ago. It's a great kind of like a Metroid type of game, Metrovania type of game. I think I've watched a speedrun of this game on Awesome Games Done Quick. It's a great game. I would love for this game to come on the Switch. What do you think, Carlos?
And to people out there that are looking at the image that we have up there, it may not look like much, but it's got a 10 out of 10 on Steam and a 4.9 out of 5 on the Microsoft score. So for a game that doesn't really look like much, it's probably got a ton of great gameplay, good story, and if it's rumored to be on the Switch like anything else, it's got to be something worth the hype. So we'll keep following that as well.
So the controversy with this game is that I believe it was Go Nintendo. They said that the game was supposed to come out in a physical form on the Nintendo Switch, and then the developers contacted out and said, "Hey, unfortunately, we're not actually coming out with the Nintendo Switch. We've tried to contact Nintendo, and we've been trying to contact Nintendo since the beginning before the launch, and unfortunately, Nintendo hasn't got back to us yet." So until Nintendo gets back to the developers, we won't be able to see this game come out. But Nintendo is really great with indie games, so I don't see why not, you know?
Well, let's look forward to plenty new games when E3 we get our announcements. Maybe that'll be snuck in there like Nintendo likes to do.
Yeah, exactly. So the next bit of news, I don't know if we have a picture for it. We do. It's called Kamiko. So this game came out, I believe, first in Japan. Am I correct?
That's right. It's a game styled around Japanese Shinto beliefs, according to the Nintendo site. It's a $4.99 title. It's getting lots of great reviews. It's a one-player game. It's in the eShop. I think it looks like a great game. I plan on downloading it and having something to talk about next week. But for now, check it out in the eShop and let us know your thoughts as well.
And the price, you really can't beat that. $4.99. I was really tempted to buy it on the Japanese eShop a few weeks ago. It looks like a great little indie game. Even for that price, I mean, you can't beat that.
Yeah, I think people were asking in the group how to convert US dollars to yen so they can go ahead and purchase the eShop card. So looks like there was plenty of people that were willing to struggle through the eShop in Japanese and purchase it. We got some people in the chat if you want to shout them out real
Yeah,
quick.
sure.
We'll start all the way at the top real quick. Silver Owl's being extra chatty. What's up, Silver Owl 6382? We also got Cameron Hale, one of our mods. He's been talking about the 2DS. And Luther Brown looking for some hardware specs just like we are. So once we know them, we'll be sharing them out and shouting them out in here. So, but again, share this out. Make sure you let people know we're live and keep the conversation going. Join us on Discord and subscribe and like. So
Yeah,
let's move on
so
to ACA Neo Geo.
the
Over
next
top.
topic is another Neo Geo game, Over the Top game. Came out this week. I believe this is also $7.99 game. Have you played this game, Carlos?
I have not, and I remember this game when it first came out, and I loved it because it was so simple. You basically raced, but it gave you different weather conditions, so it made the race a lot more challenging. And plus, back then the controls weren't really that easy as it is now for racing games, but they weren't as touchy as they are now because everything's so tuned in. But this is a fun little game. Same thing as the other Neo Geo games that have dropped on the eShop. It's $7.99. Jump in there, grab it, play it, and stream it, and we'll post it in the group. So as of right now, I haven't seen anybody playing it, but it was definitely fun back then.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It looks like these little derby games I played like on the NES.
Kind of reminds me of RC Pro Am with the graphics, but a little bit more directional driving.
All right, so the next topic is just came out a couple days ago. I believe Nintendo just officially said that the Escapist 2 is coming out to the Nintendo Switch. There is no release date yet of this game, but this is pretty cool. Did you play this game, Carlos, on the PC?
I did not. I actually watched the YouTube video and the announcement, and it's got like the humor behind it, like a lot of the indie games that are on Steam. The introductions are kind of funny, and the animations are kind of like 8-bit, and it just looks like a nice, fun, quirky game that you wouldn't expect much out of, and you just go for it and you can't stop playing it. Kind of like Isaac became our big hit on the Switch that came out of nowhere, but people that were playing it on Steam couldn't stop talking about it. So you get both out of games like this. I say go for it.
Yeah, I'm excited. The more indie games, the better. To be honest with you, I love that Nintendo is supporting all these. They call them Nindy games.
Nindy.
It's a cool little unique name, but I love it. I love that there's more indie games coming, and it's you know on the go gaming. Any of those indie games being able to play it on the go, I think it's better. And the fact that they're releasing some of these games physically is even more better. Even some of their favorite ones like Cave Story Plus is coming out physically. Of Binding of Isaac, of course, and maybe if this game comes out, I think that'd be pretty cool physically.
Well, we have physical games that people are asking why, and then we have games that people are begging for physical copies, and you're not getting anything other than the game. So there's no booklet. There's a little bit of art on the backside, and you would think that for anything else, people would be so upset, but people are going nuts over having art on both sides of the front cover and the inside cover. And they're smart. They're using the inside cover for your controls, kind of tell you a little bit about the game. Like Binding of Isaac gives you nice artwork, and it even came with a sticker pack and an instruction booklet. So I guess it's kind of a mixed bag. You're going to get either artwork, or you're going to get instructions, or you're going to get a physical booklet. So we're looking forward to more physical games just so we can have something to put in our hands, put in the Switch, and say we own something rather than all these eShop titles to really feel like we have a library we're building.
I want to ask the chat here. Out of all the Nintendo Switch games so far, I mean, have you delved basically into some of the indie games that they have announced yet? I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. Did you guys buy any of them, like Snake Pass, Binding of Isaac, Shovel Knight?
Yeah, we'll have to check back with that question, and we'll go ahead and move forward, and we'll come back to it.
All right, so the next topic is a big controversy, and that would be the NES Classic. Unfortunately, Nintendo has released and stated that they are discontinuing the NES Classic. I believe it was on the shelves through this month. And after that, I think Best Buy had some earlier this week, which I was trying so hard to actually get my hands on at least one of them. But the lines were just crazy, and I believe Carlos, you have a few of these or one of them.
Yeah, I had one. I ended up putting some extra games on it and giving it to my brother for my niece and nephew. But it's really a bummer that this thing came and went so quickly. It feels like it was out forever, but not even longer than a month. Considering you never saw it online, you never saw it in stores. Some people were lucky enough to just walk into a Walmart and pick one up and walk out. But when they announced that they were discontinuing it officially, that pretty much sent everybody into a frenzy. I was checking online to see what the prices were. They were almost down to around 140, 130. So it was just in that range where people were still picking them up but paying the scalper prices. And right after the announcements, they shot up to somewhere around 240, 250. So it's unfortunate. Best Buy did have their one last run, supposedly one last run. I've been checking Amazon like crazy, but there hasn't been one mention, one in stock alert. So we may not see another NES Classic re-release or stock notification. So I guess that's it for that.
And Nintendo is very notorious of being like it's discontinued, and then like Black Friday hits, and they're like, yeah, we'll sneak a few of them in there. I don't know. They do that with the Amiibos. They said that they were gonna make a few of them, and then they made them like the Gold Mario or whatever. But you know what? I mean, the more the merrier. I mean, it's probably hard for them to create this system. I mean, they have Nintendo Switches to make, and then of course they have this rumored that the SNES Classic Mini is coming out,
Oh, we're going to talk about that, I guess.
which
Well,
is
it's already out of the bag. Let's go ahead and let's talk about it.
which is right there. I mean, SNES Classic Mini, right? I mean, do you think this is gonna happen?
I don't know because I want it to happen just because the Super Nintendo had so many great games, and to pick 30, I don't think I can. That library was great. It was full of great first party games. There were tons of third party games, but to throw out another classic, this is going to start the scalper frenzy from day one. I mean, the NES Mini, people were interested, but not completely interested to have it. But knowing how that one went, this one is going to be such a limited run. If it does come to light, no one's going to be able to get one. So check your local eBay for the SNES Mini. That's about the only place you're going to find it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that this is
But I
the
think we
one
have
that.
some brighter news. Let's move on to the Mario toys at McDonald's.
Bam, Mario toys at McDonald's. You know what? I walked into McDonald's, I believe, a couple days ago, and there it is, Super Mario toys. I was actually really excited about this.
It was weird to me because Mario Kart drops in Eastern time, less than 2 hours, but these aren't Mario Kart themed. When Mario Kart launched on the Wii U, we had all the race cars and the visor. These are actually Discover the World of Super Mario, and it's not Mario Odyssey themed. It's just regular Super Mario.
I was talking to my girlfriend about this actually, and why don't they like do other IPs instead of Mario? Why do they focus so much on Mario? I know Mario is like their biggest IP, but why not Zelda? They know that Zelda sells. Obviously, we're gonna go a little further into the sales of Zelda, but Zelda sells. I mean, why not just do something with Zelda?
What if people don't know Zelda isn't the main character?
What do you mean?
Maybe they think that the green guy on the cover is Zelda, and that might confuse people.
I mean, sure, but people know like Zelda, Link, Ganon. I mean, they,
Yeah.
they really know the characters, and you could easily put these into McDonald's, and I mean, they would sell for sure. I think they would get more hype out of this than Super Mario. They've done this many times with McDonald's. I believe you showed me. I think we have a picture here, right here. Last couple years, 3 years ago, you showed me that they did Mario Kart 8 um, action figures, and I think that's pretty cool. What do you think?
I have every one of these, and I walked into a McDonald's figured maybe it was going to be like every other McDonald's toy, one a week released over the course of how many weeks. And I said, how many do you have? And they said, how many do you want? And I walked out with all of them in a McDonald's box. So this time I think they're a staggered release. I do have some people that are showing them online. Some places are actually giving them all out. So check your local McDonald's, see what they're doing. Let us know in the group what you're able to get and where you are.
Yeah, we've seen a few people in the Nintendo Switch Facebook group posting their Yoshi with the Puyo Puyo Tetris. I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah.
So our next topic is League of Evil, another indie game. Have you heard of this game, Carlos?
I have not. It actually escaped me when I first saw it. It looked like so many other Steam games that I've played, but this one came out of left field. I don't know anything about it.
It looks pretty cool. It has this like evil scientist type of thing going on here.
Apparently a tough platformer with about 100 handmade levels, so it's not going to get old very quickly, and it's probably going to be pretty frustrating to play, but you'll stay engaged to where you want to get to that last level. But
you got a level editor here, and it has achievements. I see right there on the front. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. What else we got?
So the next topic is, this is a big one, Bayonetta 3 on the Nintendo Switch. Now, we know that Platinum Games is working on another game. We don't know if it's Bayonetta 3, but one of the developers teased Bayonetta 3 by like saying some of her lines 3 times, and a lot of people like just kind of took that with they're making Bayonetta 3. I mean, obviously we don't know if Bayonetta 3 is coming out. This is obviously another take it with a grain of salt, but I mean, come on. Bayonetta 2 sold like so many units, and it's on PC now, and I don't know. I think this is going to do pretty well. What do you think, Carlos?
Yes, we're going to have to put this one under the rumors tab, and we'll comment on it later.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a rumor. The next one, another big rumor by a reliable source is what they say. Distify, Final Fantasy VII Remake will be coming to the Switch. They're saying that the reveal will be at E3.
I feel like if Final Fantasy does get remade, it's going to let everybody down that now they don't have anything to complain about being remade. Because this is always being talked about needing a remake. It was great when it came out. It was great to play hundreds of hours into this. I know I did. And it gets remade and brought to the Switch. What are they going to talk about from there? I mean,
I think people will go crazy for this game. I mean, if Square Enix just like drops like a bomb at E3 with the Nintendo Switch logo at the end of it, I think people are just going to go crazy. I definitely would pick it up for the Nintendo Switch if it came to the Nintendo Switch. I mean, how about you?
Well, here's the thing. If it was a physical release, definitely. I'm not downloading this game. I don't think my internet could handle it. This was the 2-disc. This is a 2-disc game. I mean, I know it's back in the PlayStation days. 2 discs isn't that much now, but I don't want to download this game. I want a physical copy. I want this on my shelf with the rest of my collection. So
there was a rumor that this game is supposed to be episodic, and that there's supposed to be parts of the game coming out. So who knows how they actually do it?
It better not be DLC. It better just be new game.
Well, Square Enix did it with the Final Fantasy 15, so maybe they will.
Maybe.
All right, so next news is pretty big. Happened, I think, like last night.
Let's talk money.
It prints money. I love this GIF. I saw it online earlier today. And rest in peace, Iwata. Yeah. So big fiscal year meeting. They do this every quarter. They just pointed out that Nintendo Switch is doing very, very, very well.
Looks like Spencer Miller said Final Fantasy VII HD will be released in 3 parts. Square may have actually revealed that. So thank you, Spencer Miller, for that. Appreciate the added comment.
So here we have, I don't know if you guys can see this. Unfortunately, it's a little blurry, but It's just showing you guys like the numbers of the 3DS, the Wii U, and the Nintendo Switch, and how many sales they did over the course of the fiscal year, is what they call it. And the Nintendo Switch did, I think, 2,750,000, I believe. What was it?
Yep, 2.7 million
Yeah.
units sold. That's incredible for just the month of, did it say March?
No, yeah,
That's how
it's
much were shipped.
did it shipped, not yeah, fully sold. But I mean,
So
we're getting like trickles of sales in here and there, so I'm pretty confident that it's sold as well. It's pretty close to that number.
yeah, 2.7 is massive. It's already sold more than the Wii U did in its lifetime in the first month. So
Yeah,
consider
that's
that.
pretty crazy. It also Zelda did 20,000 more than the Wii U version, I believe. Or no, yeah, it did. Yeah, 20,000 more than the Nintendo Switch version that even sold. So it sold the Zelda Breath of the Wild sold over almost 3 million units. It's pretty crazy. So
And people speculate, why did it sell more than the system? But people were waiting on systems to become available, so they're buying it. They're buying multiples. We've got the special edition, so it's more than just one-to-one sales now. It's to the point where Zelda is. Um, it's out there. The hype is real. You need Zelda.
you need Zelda for sure. And then here's a little gift for you guys. Here's Nintendo coming around, killing Sony and Microsoft. Bam, out the fiscal year.
I think
Uh,
both Sony and Microsoft gave Nintendo, the congratulations for a successful launch, and I believe it was either Sony or Microsoft. They came back with another congratulations on the continued success and the hitting the 2 million mark. So we'll give it up for Sony and Microsoft for being the bigger guys, congratulating Nintendo on a successful launch, and
yeah, they're all
not
great. I mean, they're all great people. They know that it's a little bit of a competitive field out there, and Nintendo came out with a really great, device. They even had the Sony CEO over there when it first came out, looking
yeah.
around, kind of seeing what's going on. So another thing that the CEO of Nintendo said is that there will be more announced titles that should boost the Switch itself sales. Cannot wait for E3. So there are more announced titles before March 2018. And
And
I was
that's
joking
incredible
around.
because
I was joking around. I was
E3 is going
like,
to be time
E3
to
is gonna be
announce them.
crazy. E3 is gonna be crazy this year. I was joking around saying, "Oh, these games are gonna come out in January and February of 2018." But yeah, E3 is gonna be crazy.
Well, I was kind of worried because I looked over my reserves, and as Mario Kart releases tomorrow, and I'll start playing that, I only have but 4 games reserved because there's nothing out there on Amazon that has been confirmed. The ones that are out there now still have street dates or release dates of December 29th because there's no official word about Mario Odyssey. ARMS recently updated, so that's good. Splatoon, we have a launch date, but we need more games to reserve. Come on, Nintendo, give us something for E3.
Yeah, seriously. Maybe one more direct or something. They can focus more on the online services.
Well, the online services everyone's waiting for. They've been actually talking about it in the group today because we want to know what we're going to do for Mario Kart. But don't worry, because we have a Discord channel specifically for you guys. And there's the Mario Kart carts from Target.
Yeah,
Has
this
anyone
is
ever seen these?
yeah. These are rare actually. They're very very rare. I
The
don't know. Were you
scalpers are
able
stealing
to
parts.
go to your Target and see if you were able to find this at one of your local Targets?
I know that my local Target has it. It's we have 3 Targets in my like 15-mile radius, and close to my work, that one definitely has them as well. But I didn't go to Target to hear the starting line sound when you walk through the doors. But it is the first time I think they said Target actually went all out on a marketing campaign to celebrate anything, let alone Mario. So you got Mario, Luigi, and Peach carts, and the countdown starting line sound when you walk through the doors. So
Yeah,
check
that's
out your Target if you
insane.
haven't.
I love the fact that some of these retailers and different companies are like promoting Nintendo and just video games in general. I believe Arby's was promoting Zelda Breath of the Wild when that was launching. I think that was pretty cool. And then now you have this. You have Mario Kart with the carts. There's a really funny story with this. I mean, I live in Chicago, and I was looking all over the place, asking different Targets to see if they even had these set up at their stores, and unfortunately, none of them even knew anything about this at all. And we have tons of Targets in our area. I mean, there's probably like 20 Targets in the Chicago area, and none of them knew. None of the store managers knew. I even had a store manager kind of took my number down and tried to call me and stuff. And it's unfortunate. I'm gonna try to tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do some hunting down in the morning to see if they actually have this. I would love to at least get a few pictures and to experience this. If anybody here does go to your Target and get to Mario Kart, please post some photos in the Nintendo Switch Facebook group. We would love that. Definitely, we would love that.
Yeah, the red balls out front that have been there since I think Target opened, they even wrapped in Mario and Luigi faces. And while they may be kind of stretched, it's obvious with the red and green caps and the iconic mustaches who they are. So I expect people are going to be taking those if they're not maybe locked. But I'd be interested to see the reporting a couple weeks from now how many carts went missing after the Mario Kart campaign is over.
Yeah, right. People, and these are like I think they're like a piece of wood. I wouldn't be surprised if people just trying to take them out and save them for themselves or whatever. You know how people are these days.
Absolutely.
So, next topic, well, we're rolling right into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is basically what this stream is all about. We are the eve of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. If any of you guys picked it up on the Wii U, you know this game is great. It has basically been rated fairly highly on IGN and different sites.
And that's uncommon because anything that seems or kind of smells like a re-release that pretty much is a re-release, they usually break them down and talk about all of the things they got wrong, things that they could have changed, opportunities missed. And these reviews are all pretty much pointing to another successful game that's, already flying off the shelves. And I don't even know where these shelves are, where they're stocked.
Yeah, I know. I've seen people getting them early and stuff. And speaking of one early, I mean, this is a person had gotten one earlier and opened it up, and you see the inside of this the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game. I think it's pretty cool. They at least give you something. It's not like a piece of white paper where you stare at it. They're actually putting something, it's not a manual per se, but it's at least, a guide of some sort.
Well, one thing Nintendo got right when they first launched their home console is that when you played a Nintendo game, even though it came with a manual, you knew what to do because you were kind of forced to take some kind of action. Walk right because you can't go left. The screen wouldn't move. You got two buttons. One of them definitely does something, so try them out. Oh, you got an enemy? Go ahead and engage them. This is another great example of how simplified Nintendo makes things. They put all the controls right there on the inside of the cover. It even shows Mario looking back as he's backing up with the arrows, and even shows your controllers down the bottom, what your options are. So once again, Nintendo doing a great job with explaining how their games work very simply.
And we're going to go a little bit further into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe here. So here obviously is the main logo of the system. So are you picking up Mario Kart 8 Deluxe?
I have two copies. One's coming to my work and one's coming to my house. So while I'm at work, I'll be playing that online. Don't tell my boss, but I'm going to have one waiting for me at home. So that way my fiance and I, we can go head to head. We've both got our own consoles. And we're definitely going to be online, so get in that Discord channel. It's in the description on the Nintendo Switch Facebook group that we're running. So check out that Discord channel if you want to voice chat so you can talk some smack while you're in the lobby waiting to race, and then maybe talk nothing when you lose, because we're gonna race and we're gonna run some fun events and maybe some giveaways. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I mean, I'm excited for people to join in. I know, unfortunately, Nintendo doesn't have their online services fully running right now, but we have the Discord chat for people to come in there, like you said. I mean, hopefully you guys come in there and chat it up and play some races.
One thing I want to talk about real quick, if I can, Amazon. Yeah. People are freaking out because it hasn't shipped yet. Don't worry. Amazon will ship your Mario Kart. if you see anything other than April 28th as the release date or the delivery date, you should be fine. I've seen some people with May 2nd. Amazon's given, free month of Prime, and maybe if you complain a little more, they'll flex and give you a little bit extra. But Amazon comes through. They deliver, from 1 a.m. You'll see an update saying that your Mario Kart's out the door and it's on its way. If you're in an area with Prime now, they'll get it to you because you're right around the corner from their distribution center. So of all the people that are out there, there's tons of posts that keep coming in. We understand you're freaking out. Don't worry. Amazon's going to get you covered. They got till 8 o'clock to get that Mario Kart in your hands.
So yeah, we have a little few screens here. This screen right here is battle mode, nostalgia at its finest for sure. I'm really excited to play battle mode. I love the fact that they brought this back to the Mario Kart 8 game. I don't know why they didn't have it in the original, but maybe they were saving this for, obviously for this game. Are you excited to pop some balloons?
Oh yeah, I mean we've already seen that the balloon count going from 3 to 5, and there's multiple modes. Coin collecting. You got the pop each other's balloons, and then you got that Renegade Rush. Is that what it's called? Renegade Rally.
Yeah, I believe Renegade Rally, and then King of the Hill. Is that still one of the modes?
I believe so. But what we're looking at is classic fun, beat 'em up, shell game, run away, hold that crown if you got the most coins. Kind of like Sonic, you get hit, you lose your coins. So you got to play a little strategic with this. Do you collect coins? Do you attack, or do you run? I'm not going to tell you my secret because then you're going to know. But we're looking forward to playing you guys online. So get ready.
Silver Owl at 6382 says this game is going to be great. I never had a Wii U, so this will be a new game for me. And this is perfect. A lot of people just were waiting on Nintendo to create something better, and now that they have something great and people are buying it, this was a perfect time for them to release Mario Kart and maybe other games. This is a good idea for them to see, like, okay, well, this is a port from the Wii U. Let's see if we can start doing other games. And Silver Owl is a perfect example. You didn't try it on the Wii U, and now you have it on the Switch. So,
well, let's not pick on him too much. I know he said that he's new, so he's gonna have that quick learning curve. He's gonna learn quick. Either he's gonna have to run or collect. But play with us. We'll be online. We'll help you. We'll take it easy on you, and hopefully we can get you up to join one of our tournaments when we have those. So. Oh, he's a beast. He's a beast already, but he sucks.
Awesome. So the next picture here, as you can see here, is a controller options. So you have single player, multiplayer with the local screen, online play, and wireless play. It just kind of showing you the combinations of different controls you can use with your Joy-Cons and Pro controllers. Just kind of giving you guys a little bit of an example of what to expect when you're playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yeah, these control setups, while they may seem obvious, you got to be careful because there are some combinations that will not work. For example, if you're playing local split screen, not that I would recommend it, but 4 players, all individual Joy-Cons. You can't use dual Joy-Cons, no comfort grips with the dual Joy-Cons. And I understand. Why would you want to put 4 people on the screen? I personally don't want to see that. I want to put that on the TV. I want to play head-to-head, console to console. But just check over this image. We've got it posted in the group a couple times. And if you're wondering about playing how many head-to-head, I think they announced that you could play up to 12 consoles. That's incredible.
There you go, Silver Owl. I got this for you. I know screen captured that.
Yeah, if you don't have it, we'll make sure to post it again. So make a post and say, hey, where's that controller set up for Mario Kart? And we'll post it again. But if you don't have a Pro controller, I highly recommend picking one up. The D-pad is perfect for not just racing games, but up-and-coming fighting games. We won't mention it. But
so yeah, and the next topic is the Amiibos. So here is a image here by THAI. I don't know who he is, but he has an image here where he created all the Amiibos that you can, if you have them, and you can get those costumes with those amiibos. So if you want to screen capture this, this is a perfect time for you to do that. If you have any of these amiibos and you want to get some of these costumes, there you go.
Yep, it is definitely amiibo supported. I know I saw somebody asking, what does my amiibo do for Mario Kart? Unfortunately, you're going to have to check this list for what it does and get all these costumes. Those amiibos are just wasting away in your cases, so open them up and let's start unlocking some Mii costumes. I personally won't be using a Mii character. Who's your favorite character, by the way?
Favorite character is Waluigi.
Wow, Luigi. Oh man, number one.
Wow, wow, wow,
Ah.
wow, wow.
Well, I'm still sticking with my Koopa Troopa. He's just average enough to be the underdog. He's going to come in first place. We'll hold back into maybe third or fourth, and then take the win. So look out for a Koopa Troopa. I don't know about Dry Bones. Might be something to watch out for. Maybe he's got a little bit more acceleration or top speed. I don't know yet, but Koopa Troopa's my main.
I know some people were a little upset that uh, there was no unlockables in this game because previous games you would unlock characters or you will unlock different maps and stuff. In this game, everything is basically right there for you to play. I believe there is only one thing that you can unlock in the game. Don't want to spoil it for you guys. If you want to search for it online on your own time, go for it. But there is at least one thing there for you to unlock that I know of.
And of course, there's going to be DLC. So, I mean, even if it's not an unlockable, there's more content around the corner. I mean, we've got all the Bowser kids that are probably still coming up around the corner. Um, but as you said, we're not going to spoil it. There's a strategy guide out there for some reason, so it might have some information if you have it. But once the game comes out, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of coverage as to what people are unlocking, downloading, the screenshot feature, all the above. So we're looking forward to seeing that in the group.
All right. So the next topic would be we got some characters here. So yeah, we're talking about characters. They're unlocked right there for you. We have about 5 new characters here. Actually, technically 6 new characters. We have the Inklings. You have Bones. You have King Boo. Baby Bowser, I believe that is. And then they have there's the male villager, and then you have female villager. She is going to be new in this game.
Yep, we got at least new content for those that are not happy with the price tag again. I think the price tag is fine. Some people are going to probably wait till that price goes down, but as we already know, the Wii U version hasn't budged much, and it's been out for a while now. So save up those Nintendo points, save up your GameStop money, and break open that piggy bank and get yourself on that Mario Kart goodness, because we're going to be online and we're looking for you.
Next picture here is most of the items. Everything here is the same except I believe the feather you only use in battle mode, and then the boo it's a brand new item.
Yeah, we got plenty of items now. I'm excited about having a second weapon slot. I think I've been complaining about this since the day weapon slots were created. Literally, as soon as I got a weapon, another question block would come around the corner, and I really wish that I didn't have to get rid of my green shell just so I could get a worse item. But we've got my favorite, the Bullet Bill. I don't know why. I rarely see it, probably because I don't hang back in last place, but Bullet Bill is my favorite character in the Mario franchise. So I'm excited to see that back. What item are you looking at that you're hoping to snatch up?
I know the blue shell is one of the most iconic items. They had a little trick with the blue shell, but they got rid of that trick in this game. So maybe someone will find something new in the deluxe version, but unfortunately the blue shell trick is not available.
I think if you ask people what do they think of the blue shell, you can kind of tell what kind of racer they are if they love it or hate it. Because people that ride first place, they dread that blue shell, and people that just can't catch up, they love it. So tell us in the comments, blue shell. Let's vote on that. Who likes blue shell? Who hates blue shell?
And Cameron is correcting me. Female villager isn't new. She just didn't have her own icon. Okay.
Oh,
I knew there was something a little bit different with her. I mean, it doesn't say new in front of her, so.
Right. But I'm a big fan of the feather. Let's see how it works, and we'll see with the boo. Besides stealing items, if there's ways you guys can get creative with using these items.
So we have a few different things left for you guys. I want to bring it to Carlos. He has different polls he had on the group, and there's about 4 different ones. Go ahead and Carlos and explain that to everybody.
Yeah, we'll move through these quickly. Carlos question of the day. If you haven't noticed those in the group, check those out. You can even search Carlos question of the day or just Carlos question. Every day I'm dropping a question in the group, holding up some options for you guys to choose, and then giving the feedback for you guys to see what we were voting on. So, and Cameron Hale, no horn block. I don't think so. So the first question was, have you gone back to your other consoles, or is the Switch your primary? Now, I haven't put the thing down. My Xbox is just sitting there as a DVR, and my PS4, sadly, it's not even plugged into the wall. How about you?
What was the question?
The consoles, have you gone back to any of your older consoles, or you're still stuck on your Switch?
I'm trying to go back to the PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, my batteries are dead for my controllers, and
Oh,
I'm waiting for
no.
new batteries for that. So,
Oh.
no, I didn't go back to. I go back to the 3DS from time to time, and I go back to the Wii U.
Well, looks like the group voted, and 192 people, the number one was they are using the Switch as their primary console, which isn't a surprise. It's a fantastic console. You can use it as your mobile, or you can dock it and play it like you would any other console on the big screen or on a projector. So, second, 125 people said that they play a little bit of each system, so they're kind of switching it up between their Nintendo Switch and their old consoles. And everybody else kind of said they're either still looking for one, they're already playing their older consoles, and they even have their previous generation consoles that they went back to, but those were only a few votes. So the next question of the day was Puyo Puyo Tetris. I already knew, as much as I love Puyo Puyo, that this poll wasn't going to go in my direction, but that's how it goes. 113 votes, no interest at all. That's heartbreaking. I know that Puyo Puyo is a puzzle game and it's Tetris after all these years, but it's so fun.
Yeah, I haven't played too much of Puyo Puyo Tetris, but my girlfriend is probably playing right now. She loves it.
I I can't get enough of it, and I promised that I would keep going back to it in between Mario Kart games. I don't want to leave it hanging, and hopefully that means that the servers will be nice and fresh and ready for online play. We had a couple disconnects, but we did get a lot of good gaming out of it at launch. 40 votes were huge fans, myself included. 38 saying they just like puzzle games in general, and everybody else kind of either had no opinion or waiting on Mario Kart. The next question was, why are you here? And wanted to know why people are in the group, specifically what brought you here, what's keeping you here, what can we do to keep you here? And most of the people just wanted to join the group because it was for the Nintendo Switch, 93 votes. The next 35 votes, my personal favorite vote of all was because it's all things Switch, news, new releases, reviews, even breaking news that we revealed today as it happened. So if you want, jump on that poll. It's still open. You can vote. But it looks like pretty much everybody's here because it's Nintendo Switch related. And we got one in progress. What chat app do you use? And you know which one we use, right, Justin?
Discord.
That's right, Discord. The link is in the description of the Facebook group. We can't post it in the live chat. They don't like posting links. I guess that's for the better. But we'll have it in the description below, as well as the Facebook group, the Twitter, and you guys can subscribe and follow us since you're already watching.
If you go to the channel, there's a little tab, Discord little icon on top. If you hit it, it'll actually bring you to the Discord place to sign up, and then you can join into the Discord channel.
All right. So that sounds like it wraps everything up.
Yeah, so that's awesome, Carlos. And the next few different things we have. So we have a giveaway going on right now.
Yeah,
the giveaway
that's your
is
post, right?
yes. So we have a giveaway. I am giving away 2 different screen protectors to 2 lucky people. Once we reach 250 subscribers, I'm going to mail out on May 1st. Pick out 2 different people. like tempered glass screen protectors for your Nintendo Switch. I think that, most people either just got a Switch and they need some protection, and this is the perfect way of doing it. So once we reach 250 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and do that for you guys.
And don't be confused with the codes that we passed out earlier. That's discounted screen protectors. These are free, so you don't have to pay anything. You don't need a coupon. You're just going to get them free.
Yes. And so we have a bunch of new videos to be uploaded in the past week. We have Carlos did a review on a bunch of different cases that he has. I believe Mr. Shifty is still up there. Riley's review on that. And then the top 5 Nintendo Switch games so far before Mario Kart. We have a top 5 video right up there. If you guys check it out and leave your comments in below and tell me what your guys' top 50 is, because we would love to know. I know the group voted for that type of top 50 and it's going to be completely different than yours. So we have a few different upcoming Nintendo Switch videos. So the first one is the Switch Charge Plus, the case that has an Indiegogo right now. They've raised over $240,000. You can basically use this unit to plug into your Switch and charge it on the go. I believe it does over 12 hours of additional battery life to your Nintendo Switch, which is pretty awesome. We're going to have one of those guys on here. We're going to ask them some questions and answers and get you guys' answers out there. We're really excited about that video. We have a Puyo Puyo Tetris first impressions from Lindsay, Wonder Boy first impressions from Riley. I believe Carlos has a few different reviews for you guys, and then I have a Snake Pass thoughts and opinions video. So we're going to end it with that. I really appreciate everybody coming in and joining in on us. There was a lot of news, about an hour worth of news. And of course, hopefully you guys have a lot of fun playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I'm really excited for that game, and I know you guys are as well. So please rate, comment, and subscribe to us. And thank you for joining in.
See ya.